Hi, it's Jessie from Peachmanifesto, and welcome to what was supposed to be a really quick product review video, but quickly turned into a battle royale. Anyway, this is the Macart nail foil art set. I got it on Amazon for Black Friday. It was such a crazy deal. There's 2 foil polishes and a bunch of foils in there, because I'd heard really good things about the foil gel, and I really wanted to test it out and see what all the hype was about. And I could buy like 1 bottle for I think they were only selling 2 bottles, and I could just get just the 2 bottles for I think like 20 something. And then this set on Black Friday was, I think after like the coupon and the Black Friday deal, was like $26. And I was like, well, I'm only gonna pay like maybe a couple dollars more and I get all these foils. Let's check it out. You know I love foils. A couple of these foils I have. I totally have a couple of them, but some of them I don't have, so that's kind of exciting. And they come really nicely packaged. There is a ton in there. It looks like just a little bit, but they're really long. I'll show you in a little bit. But this is like the kind of oil slick pattern one. It was really hard to film on camera, but there's like some oil slick, there's some iridescent, and then there's kind of like a crackly, like almost like ice look. So this is everything that came in my kit. I don't know if the foils are different for different kits, but this is what came in mine. So I just like went over top of a swatch stick. Let's try this out, right? So I just did a really nice thin coat. I cured it for 60 seconds like they said. This is like so much foil. I wanted to use one of their foils, so I just like cut off a little swatch of that, and I let it cool for probably like 10 seconds. Generally with most foil gels, if you let them cool for a little bit, they just get even stickier. That's just kind of been my experience. So I thought I would just go ahead and do that. Rubbed it on. It went really well. There was like a little part, and in the instructions it said you can go over if a part misses. So I decided to test that out, and yeah, it definitely worked. I just went over, gave another quick rub, and it came back on. There's like a tiny little piece missing. I was darned and determined to get that little piece on there, and what do you know, it totally went. It's really amazing. So I thought I would try it with like one of those clear foils that I have from AliExpress, because I was feeling Christmassy. I thought, why not? And I thought I would use the silicone tool. I think I let this rest for probably 10 seconds as well. It went really, really well. And next one, I decided to get scientific on you guys. So yeah, it transferred beautifully. This one, I put it on right out of the light and did the silicone tool, spread it all out. So I did not let this one cool down, if I wasn't clear about that. Rubbed it all out, really like was working all the edges, making sure I got everything. There was a couple little wrinkles that I just was like, oh, that's not even gonna work. But yeah, this is kind of what happens when you don't let it cool down, is you don't always get the full transfer. This foil makes it kind of hard to see, but I'll show you. There was a bunch of little pieces that didn't come. So I decided, I'm like obsessed with foil gels, and a lot of them will yellow over white, and it drives me nuts. This one did. As you can see, the polish was really white, but I still wanted to see if it worked good with my snowflake foil. And then I was kind of thinking, I'm like, did I do that thick? Like, because my other ones didn't seem too yellow, but I did them on a natural stick. My mind was racing, you guys, because I was like, this is really yellow. Like, my other sticks were not this yellow, and it transferred beautifully, but still, like, it's yellow. Like, let's get real. So I wanted to show you, this is the polish we started with. So yeah, quite a big difference. And I was like, you know what? Let's try just like a little bitty swatch and try and make sure it's super, super thin, and just do like half. Let's try and be like scientists about this. Let's see. So I did it thinner. It's still yellow, not as yellow as the other sticks. So I was like, okay, let's keep testing. Let's get into this battle royale. So I do enjoy using the Enailcouture Maxi Foil Gel Glue, whatever it's called. But one thing I didn't like about it is that it does yellow over white. So I went and I tested out. Yeah, it yellows. I knew it did, but I just wanted to like show you guys. So I'm showing you the difference of color. It didn't seem as much as the Macart one. So there is that. I go and I let that cool a little bit, press it out. And I've always had really good luck with this foil gel. So I knew it was going to perform just fine. It came away beautifully. And stick it. I do really like this. And when you kind of see it go on, it looks like a little tingy yellow. But when it cures, it doesn't really look very yellow. You'll see I decided to be smart and get the white on before so that you could see. But it's like a little off-white, but definitely not as yellowy as the other ones. Now this is what I like to do for my clear plastic ones. I give it a little wipe with alcohol, and then I go in with my snowflakes. So this is just kind of like a little hack that I learned for doing the more plastic backed ones with Stick It. And I give it a really good rub and make sure it's all on there. And I feel like I probably did not get the side very well rubbed in, but you see I can go back and fix that. So as you can see, I missed rubbing that one side a little bit, so I just have to line it up. And apparently I can only line it up one way. But yeah, I line that back up and give it a good rub, and it all transfers fully. So this one definitely is a little bit more work, I would say. You got to really work it. But as you can see, it is the widest of the bunch. I got the Macart, the Enailcouture, and the Stick It in order there. So I decided, you know what? Let's be super fair. I am going to use this Macart and I am going to press it out. I am going to make sure it is super duper thin, and a little bit of fluff there. Let's try that again. And because I really wanted to give it like the most fair chance. So as you can see, it is a little bit yellow, definitely not as yellow as the other one. I'm giving you that little white swatch there just to show you the color difference. And then I was thinking too, I'm like, well, sometimes I remember back in the day, way back in the day, sometimes our top coats would like yellow a white French, but then like in a couple hours, the white would come back, like it wouldn't be as yellow. So I was like, hey, let's try that out as well. So as you can see, transferred beautifully. And it's not as yellow. So this is it compared to the Enailcouture. Not as yellow as the Enailcouture. And I did press that one out pretty thin as well. And then the Stick It. So just making sure that you know and I know which sticks are which. I did label them. The Stick It one is the whitest right off the bat. Yeah, so there is like the yellowing, obviously. The Enail is the yellowest at this point. The Macart is like middle of the road, and the Stick It is fairly white. And so I was like, okay, let's let these sit for a couple hours. Let's see if there is any changes. And just to show you, this is what happens when you do it super duper thick. That's my bad, obviously. So giving it a better chance now. So this is everything kind of before the 2 hours. And then after 2 hours, we have this. They're all fairly white. The Enail is a little bit off colored, but yeah, they're very, very white. And this is the next day, and they all look great, even the one I did very thick. So in conclusion, do them thin, let them cool. I feel like most of the products out there are working really good. Hopefully I showed you something that is affordable and accessible today. Thank you so much for watching Vlogmas, and we will see you all tomorrow.